Bam, we're live. Why do you say that?
Because in trying to prep for this, these aren't games athletes for the most part. So the meaningful data set, a lot of them comes from semifinals. And when you could look and say, oh, she got 14th at this semifinal, great. But since every semifinal had different workouts, when you're trying to actually learn about where these athletes may do well or not do well, you want to see, well, okay, she got 14th, but were there a couple of workouts she was really good on, or one or two that she was terrible at? And then some of the workouts, it's easy to find them for some of the semifinals. Others are difficult to find.
Jessica, good morning. Shit, take two. Jessica, good evening. Vindicate, good evening. Beck, good evening. The Shiz, good evening. Oh, by the way, guys, check out this guy's Instagram account. He's putting a lot of work in with graphics and fun stuff. It's good stuff. And occasionally he'll send me stuff. We try to get it up. Hey, so it's not as bad. The first thing I heard you say is now that it's going to be standardized, it's not, you can compare apples to apples. Not that you ever had to compare apples to oranges, but it was different variety of apples, right? It was still apples, but it's like this semifinals has a running of an event that's 22 minutes, and this one has an event that's 22 minutes, but they're different. But you still had some crossover in that Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Shit, dude. Is that good, Brian, or no?
What
I said.
Validate
me or unvalidate.
No, what I'm saying is instead of having 6 or 7 or 8 semifinal programs to know what they are, there are like 50, because they had 2 each that were the same, but then each of the 10 semifinals had 4 unique ones. So you end up with dozens of workouts. So if I can look and see, this athlete did well on events 1 and 5, but then I have to find out what were events 1 and 5. And in some cases, you can just search and it's pretty easy. In some cases, I have some spreadsheets that I made that make them easy to find. But a couple of them, I had to go on YouTube, search for the competition, go to the correct day, find the correct event, and then try to scroll around and find the workout description on the screen for YouTube.
You won't reap the true benefits of this until 2024, because after the 2023 season is over.
Yeah.
Watch this, Brian. Watch this. Hi, Andrew.
I totally thought you guys were just having a conversation, and then I realized it's been live. I'm like, good thing I didn't say anything.
Andrew, hi.
Hi. What's up?
How was your tanning bed today?
Dude, these screens are orange. I swear to God, I didn't go tanning. Do I look red?
Do you look red? You look like fucking Satan's cousin.
Look, the screens, they're red. So now, like, this red just pours off of the screen. The update of the computers. You did notice, though. I got to change the background to blue.
That's fascinating. That means that everyone who podcasts who has a background screen should find I bet you that's somewhere on the internet where you could find I've noticed that too. My screens are all orange around me too, but I have a light that changes the temperature in here.
Yeah.
But so someone should have.
Andrew, you haven't received your temperature changing light in the mail yet?
You've got one? I see you got a new microphone there. I was going to compliment you on how nice you sound in that thing.
Dude, it's the same one I always have. I just got rid of the beard, so my voice is coming out a little bit more clearly.
That's what it is. When I saw that video you the other day talking to Mr. Ben Bergeron, and you look good cleanly shaven, and now we see most of it.
That was a long time ago.
Just so you guys know, eventually today we are going to get into the Zelos games. All of us are participating full steam ahead with 100% of our being. We are serious as heart attacks. Andrew Hiller is really involved. He's actually helping bake the cake, testing workouts, going there and doing judging. He's gonna get his hands dirty. And Brian and I are gonna be in our usual roles, critiquing, talking.
He has
shit,
no idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
analyzing what's going on, and it's going to be a blast. Oh, nice, Souza. Nice.
That's cool.
Souza's here. We didn't even get to say hi to him.
Souza.
Much better.
Oh, he was about to say something.
I just wanted to see him for a second.
There are 24 athletes going. We'll get into that in a second. We'll get into that.
Yes, Paul will be there.
Oh,
so Brian's going to be there too. Right?
Why are you wearing a jacket?
It's freaking 40 degrees here.
Okay.
It's cold.
Is that going to be the new kind of you, the seasonal you? You'll be shirtless for 6 months of the year and then a jacket for 6 months, or?
No, I got a heater in here. It's just for some reason I'm cold right now. Got no really reason for it.
The first time I saw you wearing a shirt, I thought, oh shit, the TRT is giving him acne.
No.
None.
No, not thus far at least.
All right.
What do you mean the first time? It's not like I don't wear a shirt every single time. It's
Hey,
like
I got a little mental note in here of all 1.5 times you've worn a shirt.
We've been on how many shows together? I think I've probably not worn a shirt 5 of them.
Not worn a shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, really? In my mind's eye, when I look at you, you're always naked.
Oh, well, that's hot.
I might just leave you two alone.
Thank you.
Brian, you're still here.
I have a little bit of house cleaning I want to do. As I prepare for podcasts, I watch other podcasts. And what I do is I basically plagiarize off of them. That's my shtick. So if you ask someone, if another podcaster asks, hey, why did you get married? And they said, because I'm in love. Then I take that and I say, well, can you define love for me? And I just try to drill down and go a little deeper in topics that other podcasters bring up that I find interesting.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I come across a lot of bad podcasts, but today I came across a fucking world-class dumpster fire. And I don't mean a dumpster fire like my interview with Laura Horvat or Haley Adams. Those still don't hurt anyone's brand. It's just a fucking train wreck, and it's funny and it's a little uncomfortable, but they're not bad for the brand. No one's like, fuck that, those people are idiots. It's like, oh, that one didn't go good. That was fun. Like watching someone slip and fall on ice. There's still brand value to it.
Do you care to share which they were?
No, I cannot, because
who's being interviewed?
You need a pipe, Hiller, like a corn pipe. You put it in your mouth and start like doing detective shit in a hat with like a bill in the front and the back.
How long ago were they recorded?
This thing. I'm 1 hour in, and I've gotten nothing from it. And the interviewer asked the interviewee, so what's your favorite ice cream? Now listen, I don't give a fuck what someone's favorite ice cream is, unless when you give it to your wife, she has fucking orgasms. Like, I don't want to hear you be like, oh my God, I love Rocky Road. Oh, me too. Oh, it's so good in my fucking hot shot. Shut the There's just nothing. It's just like surface, like, oh my God, I feel so good.
You're going to want to watch the interview with my dad from today then, because I asked him what his favorite ice cream is.
Oh, fuck me.
Wait. I think you're about to tell us which ice cream will give a woman an orgasm? Is that what's about to happen?
I'll tell you off the air. It's just, I just can't believe
it. Rocky Road, isn't it?
You're 1 hour in and it's not going well, and just stop it. I actually thought, I would actually like to do a podcast that's just try to make it horrible. You know what? And I realized today, this was my takeaway. I used to think that the worst podcast you could have is when the interviewer and the person you're interviewing feel uncomfortable, and then the people watching it start to feel uncomfortable. No, there is a worse one. When both the interviewer and interviewee are comfortable being morons. That's a bad podcast. When's your birthday? Oh my God, are you Pisces? Fuck me. And really, I'm just feeling sorry for myself because I've been researching now, and I just wasted an hour preparing, and it got me nowhere.
How many good things did you take away?
What the fuck is going on?
None. I just needed to see Susan's smiling face.
That accent wasn't bad. That like 16-year-old girl accent.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Brian. Oh my God.
You took nothing good away from an hour-long podcast.
Dude, there's 30 minutes still to go, bro.
You don't have to finish it. What's wrong with you?
I feel like I do.
All right.
Okay, what do you think about this? I want to do a workout that's going to make people like think like I'm cool, like they thought you were cool. So I came up with this. Okay.
Grace it 226.
Do you think? Yeah. Do you think I should not say it? Because then like 30 people are going to do it. Like 30 16-year-old girls are going to do it, and I'm going to be fucked. It's going to be like
Sevan.
What?
These things happen spontaneously.
Okay, I'll tell you guys.
Can't force it. Remember the bike one we did like 6 months ago?
Oh yeah.
We just randomly did a workout. You did the workout. Andrew did the workout. Then everyone did the workout. We didn't plan it.
That was cool.
Okay. All right.
I do
So
want
whatever
to
it
know
is,
the
even
workout
if
is
you're
now,
sitting
though.
on it,
I don't
even
want
if
to
you have the
wait.
perfect idea, don't let anyone know. Just put it out there.
What does it involve? Or does it give it away?
Corn pipe.
Dumbbell snatches and strict muscle ups.
Oh. I don't think you'll find very many teenage girls who are going to kick your butt then, because you're really good at those.
Yeah. I'm trying to do something to like up my street cred.
25-pound dumbbell snatch.
And we're right back getting his butt kicked.
I ordered my 70-pound today. The 60, I destroyed the 60 yesterday. Just like I just owned it like a bitch.
Tommy Marquez, Danny Spiegel interview.
I'm not saying anything, but no. Actually all those interviews that Tommy does, I get shit from. Like 99.
Talking about the Halloween candy podium picks episode.
Yeah, I watched like 35 seconds of that.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't even. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Wow. 10 burpees for time. Blow me, Tyler. Zelos games. I truly. God, it's hard for me to say this. I'm truly getting excited. When I saw Andrea Nisler was going to be there, I was like, oh shit. And when I interviewed Devin Kim today, I was like, wow. And DeLugos. By the way, that DeLugos has really turned the corner in interviews. I mean, the first interview with him was pretty good. He came out. Him and Devin Kim came shot out of a cannon when I interviewed them this week. They made it so easy.
Did you get any other athletes this week?
I had someone. I had Alex Gazan. So Alex Gazan's interview, the first one I set the bar so high with her. The next one, it was like the first one was a 10, the second one was a 6. That's not her fault.
Is how many men have you had on so far? Just Matt.
I think. Yeah, Sousa's nodding his head. Yes.
You're saying that she's the opposite of Hopper, where he set the bar so low that he gets better every time.
Yes. I think that's fair. I think that's totally fair.
We also gave him a ton of chances, so he could. He was just taking like one step at a time, sometimes stubbing his toe on the way up.
Maybe I'll send Hopper a text right now. Hopper,
you feel like you feeling like a 5 or a 6 today?
Yeah. I'm gonna put you on it too, Sousa. What is going on with him? Are we gonna get him? Podcast?
To do what? Just recently? Just at some point in the future? He's not going to the Zelos games.
I know, but I kind
of a friend of ours. He used to be a buddy on here.
He did used to be a buddy on here.
What happened?
We upgraded to Taylor Self. What did you say, Brian?
We did upgrade.
It's like someone's influenced his mind or decision making.
Okay.
We're missing though.
Let's say some of the fucking awesome people who are going to be on there. Christine Kohlenbrander, savage, and fun to look at.
Here we go.
You could say that about every one of them, I think.
You can, but let me. I just want to like make people.
There's not
like,
one person on the planet that isn't fun to look at.
That's
anyone
true.
That's like incredibly average for any reason?
That's true.
Walk by, it's like whatever.
That's true. It is fun.
Jared Stevens is fun to look at. They're both.
Jared Stevens is very fun to look at. I was actually thinking about that. If the two of them like go out, it's like must be like walking Great Danes. Or like when I go out with my boys, it's like everyone must just stare. God, that's a great. Go back to that shot of him in those pants with the belt and no shirt. Yeah, that's. I don't know what he's doing there, but I'm getting pretty good man vibes from that. Pretty good.
I think you just killed a bear.
Look at coffee and a gun. Guns.
I think about what led up to that photograph. It's like, all right, put this gun on, walk in through the door like you're coming home from a day of work. Drink your coffee.
And he's got a little Sam Dancer in him too. Look at those shorts. Hillary, you got a little Sam Dancer in you.
That's a compliment.
It is.
He's the man.
I agree. She did say something fantastic in the interview I did watch today.
Oh, this Christine Kohlenbrander. All right, really quick, I'm going to YouTube
Please,
that.
Hillary, please don't. Please.
I won't, but everyone else will.
The interviewer asked her, what would you like to be known for your fame? By the way, she's going to be at the Zelos games. What would you like to be known for? And she said, if you could be famous about, no. Actually, that's not true. This, in a previous podcast I watched with her before this one, I watched one with the Clydesdale people did with her, and they made a really nice, tight one. It's like 6 minutes long. And one of the questions they asked her is, I think, what would you like to be known? If you could be famous, what would you like to be known for? I think it was that one. And she said, I would like to be known as a good person. And I was like, fuck, you're cool. You're straight mom material.
Can you go to the private chat and see if I guessed it right?
Sure. I'd love to. Christine Kohlenbrander, Matt DeLugos. Yes.
Ah.
Matt DeLugos.
Easy.
Andrea Nisler, Devin Kim. So who else is going to be there? Brian, spout off some people. Or don't.
Well, we could just pull up the list.
Oh,
Do
well,
you have the list?
Yeah, Susan has a link to an article I published today that has the
Sweet.
the current roster of athletes that'll be competing there. It's been changing quite a bit.
Let's
Hitler's got
do
some
that.
hidden steel in him. Fuck
And
that.
we'll test Brian's like knowledge on people. We'll just fucking put all the pressure on Brian right now. Okay. Could you make it just a little smaller? I want to see. How many total? 24? 12 and 12?
Yes.
Yeah, 12 and 12.
Okay. These are the cats who are going to be here, and Brian's going to tell us something about all of them. My God, Brian, good luck. Sorry. Sucks to be you. Brittany Weiss.
Never heard of her.
That's not true.
We're up to a hot
Not
start.
true.
Brittany Weiss. Well, she's the highest ranking of any of these in the Open this year, but she competed along with Devin Kim for CrossFit Invictus's team, which were champions of the semifinals and podiumed at the CrossFit Games. They had an incredible season. She personally has been quite active in the off season in terms of online qualifiers. This is an invite event, but she did also qualify for Wadapalooza, and I think she's going to be competing there. And I'm not sure some of the athletes are doing one division or two divisions, but I think she'll be competing there in at least one division. I met Brittany Weiss years ago, actually, when she qualified for regionals and was still training with Haley Adams. And, you know, if we're just being super honest, like she does not have the body type that lends itself to putting on a lot of muscle and strength.
Brian.
But
What do you mean? Like, give me an example for those
She's
of us,
just-
like a Christy
she's just-
Aramo or
no, she's taller and she's got long muscles and she's just skinny by nature, but she's worked
Bailey Rail sort of person.
similar body type, but she's worked really, really hard. I think that for her body type, and I really admire this because I have a similar body type. It's not, you know, I'm never going to weigh 230 pounds no matter how hard I try to. I think she's done
California hormones. Go ahead.
I don't know. Anyway, I think she's done really, really well in terms of her development over the last, I think that was 5 years ago that I met her, and she's been continuing to get better. And she's just really gritty. So I think she'll do pretty well actually against this field.
Dude, 30th fittest woman out of the worldwide open.
And
You put more
she
weight
was
on that
at
than
Noble
91st in the
photo shoot this past weekend.
Say that again, Hiller.
She was in a Noble photo shoot this past weekend. So
Well,
I'm
they
gonna
were just
fill in
at the
with
film
spots that
festival,
Brian
yeah.
may have left out.
Thanks.
Yep, there you go.
Brian, you were going to ask, do I put more weight on that than 91st in the open? I don't know. You tell me.
in the
You tell me.
quarterfinals. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's the Open's 3 tests. The quarterfinals was it 5 tests or 6 tests? Andrew, was it 5 or 6?
This year, 5.
5. And you know, it's a better pool of athletes. Probably some of the athletes are putting a little bit more effort into the quarterfinals than the semifinals, and that's a worldwide ranking. So, like specifically in Europe, it's difficult to make the top 60 because it's half as many as North America gets, and the caliber of athlete is better. So it's, you know, there's a lot of European athletes that are putting a lot of effort into the quarterfinals because it's a make or break competition for them. So it's not surprising that, you know, she might do a little bit worse in the quarterfinals where it's maybe a little heavier, which is not a strength of hers, but her work capacity, which tests in the open, is really, really good.
Can we see that list again, Souza? She's out of San Diego. She's out of Invictus.
Used to live in North Carolina. Moved out there a while ago. I think she's been coaching at CrossFit Invictus for a few years and seems to have a really, stable environment there personally and professionally.
Was third on the podium this year in the team competition behind Rich, Mayhem, and who took second?
Oslo.
Okay. Impressive. Basically, with Rich gone, she's a contender to.
That Oslo team is going to blow up too, because Lena Richter has said she's going to compete individually. So they're the top team that's intending to return the same 4 members last year.
And Invictus, the same thing.
Invictus, I'm saying. No,
right.
Oslo is going to at least have one change. We'll see. Invictus will bring back the same 4. Of course, the team division has changed a little bit, but yeah, they'll be amongst the contenders to potentially win, depending on if 1 or 2 other teams maybe shows up.
And that Invictus team will be better this year.
Yeah, especially because chemistry goes a long way in the team competition. So having a year, a really successful year under your belt will be huge. But also, in particular, Devin Kim is still quite young, and so she's going to be continuing to improve. I'm sure the others will too.
We are looking at the 12 women who will be competing on Saturday and Sunday at the Zelos games. We are going through the order in the order that they qualified for the quarterfinals, basically where they ranked in the CrossFit Open. Number 2, maybe the biggest name on the list, Andrea Nisler.
And I think also the latest addition. There have been some athletes who've withdrawn quite recently, and she was able to fill in for one of them, which was awesome. She certainly is immediately a contender in this competition. And, there's a lot of people that have always thought, well, man, if Nisler competed individual, she could place top 20, maybe even top 10 at the games. So, and we've seen her do some individual competition. She's had some podium finishes going back. She used to always compete in the Granite Games. She has competed in Dubai as an individual recently. So get to see her out there on the floor again. And yeah, she's extremely good. I don't know if she's top 10 in the world as an individual, but I think that she could, very realistically make the games.
Wait, she's got a pumpkin picture.
Oh, top 10.
There we go. She's joining the Spiegel and Alex Smith team. All right. She's winning the competition.
Beck Leach, $50, incredibly generous. Nice dogs. Thanks for the great content in the off season. Keep it coming. Also a shout out to Brian Friend for the great article on Cara Saunders and for Hiller's impromptu effort on Heavy Grace. You guys rock.
Nice dog. Brian, do you know where she finished Wadapalooza Dubai qualifier?
Nisler?
Yeah.
Is she going this year?
52nd. No.
Oh, didn't she do that on the same weekend she was getting married?
Well, that would explain that, but I didn't know that much.
Yeah, I think that was the same weekend. Or one of
Why is she going individual, Brian? When's the last time we saw her compete individual somewhere? Why is she doing this Zelos Games?
Well, this is what the Zelos Games is a unique event. This is not like doing the Rogue Invitational. It's not a 10 workout 4-day beatdown. This is 4 workouts over.
I'm so glad that whole thing was planned. What a stud she is.
This is 4 workouts over 2 days. There's one longer workout, and the rest of them are relatively short. It's this is almost like a training weekend simulation for these athletes, with an opportunity to get some exposure on a live broadcast, the international broadcast, and B, to potentially earn a little bit of money.
Oh, but can you tell me why? When's the last time she's done an individual comp? Do you know?
I think last year.
Excuse me.
Did she go individual Wadapalooza not too long ago?
I think last year. I'll check it right.
Was it Wadapalooza? Because her and Taylor both went individual.
No,
right?
last year Wadapalooza, they were on the team. I think she might have competed individually
with Haley, right?
She was 6th in Dubai. No, that was 2020.
I know she's done it recently, not too long ago.
Dubai last year. She was 6th. Horvath, Holton, Magala, Briggs, Dahlstrom, Nisler, Sigmund, Sutter. But I think at Wadapalooza she competed on the team with Nisler and Haley, and they took 2nd behind that team from Norway.
So I'm sorry. I was thinking about what I wanted to say next and wasn't listening. That happens once every 237 shows. When was the last time she did individual?
That's the 2nd time you've said that.
Dubai last year.
Dubai in 2021.
Yeah.
And how did she place?
She placed 6th.
6th. Okay. Who beat her?
Are you serious? You know, I just said all of this, right?
No. Okay. Sorry. I was thinking about something I wanted to say nice about Jared Graybeal. Sorry. Here's the thing. This Zelos games. Am I saying it right? Zelos?
I think it's Zelos.
Zelos. What Jared Graybeal is doing here is he's putting on this event, and the 3 people you're looking at and about a half dozen more that I know, and I'm sure it's probably 100 more. It reminds me so much of this podcast. It's people contributing because they want to contribute, and everyone who's going to be there, who's working the event, is going to be there because they want to be there. And it's very few places in the world that you see something like that. One place you do see something like that is inside of a CrossFit affiliate. Every single person in there pretty much wants to be there. That you don't see that at fucking McDonald's. You don't see that at fucking working at Amazon. You don't see that working at Goldman Sachs. And so I really like this event, and I'm so excited about it because everyone you see there is going to be passionate, authentic, and vulnerable. It's going to be, I don't know about the athletes, can't speak for them, but for the crew.
They're vulnerable.
Okay, so you're not surprised to see her here, Brian. This isn't uncharacteristic for her to take her hot rod out and swing it around a little bit and do individual.
Yeah, I think it's fun for her. Like, you know, it's not I don't think it's a super stressful weekend. And, you know, I think she has a great personality for stuff like this. So it'll be fun to have her there, and she'll probably do very well.
Devin Kim had her on the show this morning. She does want to be an individual someday. I mean, and she's not shy to say it. And she's sharpening her tool by being on, you know, arguably the best team in the world.
And say the best podcast.
Yeah, that too. Arguably, we're going to see on the best team in 2023.
Possibly, yeah. I think that she's intending to. Their whole team is intending to do one more year, the same team, and then I think the year after that, at least her and Jorge will run individual. You know, Joshua Chama is good enough to make a run for it in Europe, but I think he likes doing the teams. And he seems to be living and enjoying the time in the U.S. right now. So I don't know what he'll necessarily do. And then Brittany's the other person on that team. So, yeah, I think that's probably their plan.
How old is she?
12.
Damn.
I think she's 20.
She's 20.
I know I heard her say she's been doing this for 7 years. So.
Yeah, 8. She started when she was
8 years. Okay.
8 years old. Yeah, crazy.
Started when she was 12. Now she's 20.
This is off subject, but Jorge Fernandez is older than I thought.
Yeah, he's like 29 or 30. He just doesn't have a lot of experience in CrossFit.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he just doesn't have a lot of chest hair. Okay, well, Jorge, I want to see you go individual. Stop fucking around. Alexis Johnson.
Misfit.
Johnson.
Or was Misfit, right?
She's trained with a lot as misfit athlete over the years. She also competed on a team. So the top 4 ranking athletes coming out of the Open all competed on teams this year in the CrossFit Games season. And Alexis was on the top 27.
Her age.
Jorge's age.
Sorry, Jorge's age. Sorry.
I was aging him. My bad. We probably have it right here anyway. He's not competing here. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Alexis Johnson.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she competed on CrossFit Mayhem Independence team this year with Angelo and Luke. She did do an individual competition. She took second place at Crash Crucible in early October, late November or late September. Which Luke Parker won that. So they had a very good showing there from their team. And again, I think she'll do pretty well here. You know, she's, I think, definitely in the hunt for the podium at this competition.
And she was rocking the seeing glasses like Chandler Smith in one of those clean videos.
Yeah, she does occasionally work out with her glasses on.
Yes, all right. There was something in the comments here. Okay, so Tyler, thank you. Can you get the Zelos broadcast schedule in the newsletter? Absolutely. I'm going to make a note of that right now.
Great suggestion.
Can we get Zelos schedule and newsletter? If you're not signed up for the newsletter, you should go to my website, which is
TheRealSevanPodcast.com.
Yes, thank you.
It's actually not the real. It's just the Sevan Podcast.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And
is it actually?
I'm reading the banner at the bottom.
And just so you know, if it's not up yet, it will be up in the next 24 hours. You can go to the Sevan Podcast YouTube station and you'll see the entire week scheduled out. Now, those times will move around just a little bit as the schedule moves around and as interviews go long, but just click follow the account, and then there's a bell, and click the bell and notify for all. And then anytime it'll notify you a few minutes before we go live every time. Right? Isn't that how that works?
Did you rehearse that? That was good.
Thank you. Clip it, Caleb. Clip it. Okay. The next lady. That girl looks small, Alexis Johnson. Is she small?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alexis
I thought
Johnson.
she was just like average.
No, she's like, I think she's 5. So she's listed at 5'2"
That's
and
small.
140.
Okay.
But it's hard. It's always hard to say with the women, but in general, the average height and weight of women at the CrossFit Games is usually like 5'4.5", 145 to 150. So she's on the small side.
So my height, but 15
athlete in the
pounds
field?
lighter. Think me, Hiller, but 15 pounds lighter.
The smallest in this field is probably her.
Oh.
There might be a couple lighter, but probably not shorter.
Kyra Milligan.
Kyra Milligan. There are a few athletes in this field that live there in Vegas and train in Vegas. Kyra's one of them. She's making a lot of progress the last 2 years. She's still relatively young. Also, she's 25, and she competed at semifinals. She did okay there. She was at the MAC. She had a 2nd place finish on the lift. She had a 10th place finish on a workout that had some gymnastics, ring muscle ups and bar muscle ups with some weightlifting implements. So she's pretty good on gymnastics and weightlifting combo workouts. She's been working a lot on her engine. The longer has not traditionally not been great for her. But she's making a lot of progress, I think. I also think there's a chance that she'll spend a year or two competing on a team eventually, and then maybe make another run back at individual. So we'll see.
What is Alexis smaller than Kyra?
Height is, I think she's she's shorter. I think she's maybe the same height, probably weighs 10 pounds less.
Okay.
Who weighs 10 pounds less? Johnson. Alexis Johnson weighs 10 pounds less.
Yeah.
The show where we guess your height and weight. Let's change the title of that.
That's what because they don't put them on the .com website anymore. Like,
yeah, and they never really have to
so
update
easy.
them.
So she's an Underdog's athletic athlete.
And I understand that, yes. And I understand that it can be a sensitive thing for women, their height and their weight, but it's fun. Like it's fun to see, especially, people like to put out these comparisons. Okay, this person maybe Danny Spiegel lifted the most at the log lift, but which athlete lifted the most pound for pound? But we can't even do this comparison because we have no idea how much the athletes weigh.
It's not a sensitive thing. You made that up.
Some people
may
think
say that, but we're generally curious. Like we want to know. Okay, yeah. So yeah, she lifted the most, but she weighs 30 pounds more than this person, and she only lifted 15 pounds more than her. So what is more impressive?
Sevan walks around in his suit of armor, and all these things get thrown at him, and it bounces off. And
Are you getting ready to eat your socks, Sevan?
No, I take it. Normally, I put my socks on during the show. I had to take them off. I'm getting hot. I don't know why I'm getting so hot. Maybe it was that talking about Kyra Milligan's weight. Sola Sigurdartor.
Yeah, that was it. Sigurdartor.
Brian, is she the only non-American in this list?
For the women, yes.
Okay. Thank you for coming, Sola. Thank you for coming, Sola.
And one of the 3 games athletes from this past season, an individual. We have 4, like we said, the 4 team games athletes for the women. She finished 4th at strength and depth. His last week of semifinals there. She had a pretty, she had some really good workouts, a 1st, a 2nd, and a 3rd place finish. The first place one came on a workout that was really long endurance. She's pretty good at that stuff. And then the third place one came on one, which was biking, burpees, and thrusters, like kind of the finale. So she has some prowess on both sides, but the power output and like barbell cycling stuff is pretty good for her. She also was second in the lift, so she's pretty strong. I think that she didn't really have her best showing at the games this year. I don't think she was 100% coming in, but she was very impressive in semifinals. And if we see the semifinals version of her, she could be the favorite to win this thing.
Wow. That's the first time you've said that about any of the ladies.
Yeah, it's hard. It's just hard to know in the off season necessarily because I'm not exactly sure where they're all at, but she hasn't really been doing anything this off season. So if she's rehabbed from the games, whatever was bothering her there, or the beat down of the games, and she's had a pretty good healthy training period coming in, like she did, seemingly going into semifinals. I was very impressed with her there. So, the kind of the numbers suggest that she could have the potential to do very well.
Cool.
How tall is she?
170 centimeters.
Brian, who are the 4 games athletes? Sola, Alex Gazan, Christine Kohlenbrander, and who's
those are the 3, and then there are 4 team games athletes additionally, the first 4 that we talked about.
Okay. Pretty incredible that Zelos has brought in 3 games athletes. Pretty cool. It speaks volumes about the competition. Alex Gazan.
Also
she's
went
to
to
win
the games
the bench press.
Yeah, also went to the games this year. Also had some really good finishes at semifinals. She was second on the lift at the Granite Games. She was first on the legless rope climb workout, which is apparently a tremendous strength of hers and always has been. She also did well on a longer workout, which had wall balls, GHGs, and some dumbbell movements, and then a big set of ring muscle ups in the middle. So upper body pulling, very good for her. The workout that is scored with a number of ring muscle ups, she should do really well on. There's a workout that has big set of chest bars and toes bar. I think she'll do pretty well on that workout. So it definitely has a chance to do some good stuff. Again, she's probably one of 5 or 6 women that's like realistic competitor for top 3 position here.
And she's also local. She's an underdog, so she doesn't have to travel.
Correct.
400-pound deadlift right there. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, she had a bunch of good strength numbers that day, I think.
What else did she do this day?
Strict press and back squat, maybe.
170 on the strict press.
I saw the strict press.
You impressed, Hiller?
Oh yeah. Do you know the back squat?
Maybe I'm wrong about what is this? Oh, these are. No, I can't remember the numbers.
All right, let's move on.
Moving on.
Oh, Adam. Good time, Adam. There was a slow point in the show. Adam Yudman, 499. Sevan, my friend is 44 and doesn't believe in doing mobility. He says he's strong enough. Is he wrong?
Oh.
Give an answer. You were asked a question. Paid good money for that answer.
I think my automatic response is to say he's fucking batshit crazy. I really enjoy stretching. I really enjoy sitting down after I work out in 30 minutes stretching. I don't do any of the I don't roll out. I don't do any of the balls. I don't do any of that stuff, but I really enjoy stretching. So
the thing is, mobility can look so many different ways also. There's a guy at our gym. We actually call him Member Zero. He was a member before there was a membership. And he's warm up. He just puts 135 pounds on the bar and goes down to the bottom of a back squat and sits there for a minute, and he's good to go.
And I don't want to. I don't want to lose that stuff either. So I do. If I don't do skin the cats regularly, I'll start to lose that. I don't want to lose that elasticity. I don't want to lose that. So yeah, I think he's batshit crazy actually.
What you got? Can you do the middle splits?
No, I can't.
How close?
I think is that the one where you go like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. This one, both of them I'm actually pretty close to, but this one I probably do every day. I stretch that every day and I lean forward.
How close are you?
Pretty close.
I'll show you. Touch the ground?
My balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, my balls my balls are always touching the ground.
Oh, the fuck! It's a bad increment of measurement.
If I sit down, I think if I sit down,
it's at least within 2.5 feet of the floor.
Yes. 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 What do you think? I feel like it was a trick question. Yeah, I think you should always be doing stuff to help increase your range of motion. I mean, one of the things that I've lost is being able to do this. I used to be able to grab my hands and clench them back there, and I've lost that because I neglected it, and I'm bummed.
Because you spend 5 hours a day sitting behind a podcast screen, homie.
Right. Okay. I do a lot of
sit
these.
there like that.
I do this shit a lot, stretching like this. Can you do that, Hiller?
I can touch fingers.
I can't even touch.
Ryan, can you touch your fingers behind your back?
On one side,
do
I
it
can
one way,
grab
but not
the
the other
fingers.
way.
On the other side, I can't even get within 6 or 8 inches. It's
I
always
got
been
one,
like
but
that.
not the other. Yeah.
How old are you, Hiller?
31.
Yeah, I could do it at 31 because I used to be able. Just saying.
I mean, yeah,
Not an
no.
excuse,
You
just
should have
saying.
seen his heavy grace time at 31.
Yep, right. Yes. I could. I've never clean and jerked 225. Never even once. Ken Walters. Everyone gives at least $1.99, and Sevan does the splits live. Yeah, with my pants off too.
You talked about a guy who did
OnlyFans.
that.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, on my OnlyFans.
You talked about a guy who's got that going, right? He's at a menu.
Yeah, one of the listeners is on OnlyFans. He's this really buff dude, and he has an OnlyFans account for $7.50. He does the splits naked for people.
$7.50.
Yeah. And I asked him, do you do it like facing forward and back? I forget what he said, but there's a preferred. Okay.
Wait, my answer to that question is working out in full range of motion goes a long way. That's as far as I usually go with that.
That's a great answer.
And working out in partial ranges of motion does the exact opposite, and it will trash you.
Another great answer.
Spending extended periods of time like we are right now also goes the opposite direction.
Another great answer.
But if this background of your computer is orange, slightly less worse.
Slightly less, slightly better. Yes.
You look like
Update your computer.
Satan. Ken Walters, $2. Thank you. I appreciate it. Elena Buds. Great last name.
This is so probably now we're getting into more of the realm of the ones that people are less familiar with. Elena Buds actually had a pretty good semifinal. She placed 9th at Atlas Games. Now, we know that it was the weakest of the North American semifinals for women, but it doesn't matter. You know, she showed up and did fairly well there. She didn't have any like amazing stand-up performances. She had a finish of 8th, 9th, and 9th, and 3 different styles of workouts. So I'm excited to see her here and a few of these others coming up. Not so much because I think that they'll necessarily win, but because it's an extra set of data points for us to see some different workouts, how they do on them. If maybe there's a skill that's tested here that wasn't tested at their semifinal this year, we might have an opportunity to learn something more about her. She's relatively young, 23, smaller build also. So, yeah, good.
She has to be smaller than Alex Kazan. Not Kazan, Johnson.
Alexis Johnson.
Yeah, Alexis Johnson.
Their listed stats are within an inch and 5 pounds of each other. So
I'm bringing a scale. I'm bringing a scale to Vegas.
Dude, I want to get all these underdogs athletes together afterwards and do a circle discussion about Danielle Brandon, like a counseling session, what it was like working out with her and her departure.
Okay, I'll put it together.
Yeah, just like, so tell us, what was it like?
Yes, Arnold, it is.
What was it like training with Godzilla?
You're gonna coordinate that, Andrew?
God.
Yeah. I'll put something out. I'll put something together.
Hey, and then we do a split screen and Danielle's watching it, but they can't see she's watching it. And she's
Live
just
reaction
like,
too.
Yeah. Oh my God. These are the things. I always wanted Saddam Hussein and George Bush to get into a ring and fight to the death. I thought it would be the biggest pay-per-view event ever. I'd love to see Biden and Putin do it too. And we donate all the money to like kids nutrition or something.
You think Biden or like Osama bin Laden would get down with a charity event?
I don't know. I don't think any of those. Circle discussion is something completely different. Thank you. Yes, it would be a circle discussion. I appreciate you. Crass man. Rose Scott.
Rose Scott, also sometimes listed on leaderboards as Roarin Scott.
It's a badass name.
You may have seen her pop up if you were paying attention when the Rogue qualifier was going on. She was in a qualifying position at one point on their leaderboard. Their leaderboard changed a lot as penalties were assessed over time. Ultimately, she was given a no score for one event, I believe, for failure to weigh her plates appropriately, as many of the athletes got penalized for. But in the other 3 workouts that she did, she placed 4th, 4th, and 5th. So she was obviously doing very well. It was honestly pretty surprising. And I wouldn't have expected her to be able to qualify when you start to look at some of the other people on that qualifying leaderboard. Actually, a couple of them. Well, at least Brittany Weiss was on that leaderboard also, and she had been doing better than her. Rose Scott did compete at semifinals, 21st of the Syndicate Crown, 4th on the lift there, and that was as opposed to the Atlas Games, which was a relatively easier field. The Syndicate Crown women's field was very difficult. That 4th place finish on the lift would have done better at some of the other places, so she's pretty strong, and she had a good finish on the Jackie workout, rowing thrusters and chest bars, big set of chest bars in the middle. Like I said earlier, there's some upper body pulling that will come into play at this one. So we'll see if she can make a couple moves on some of those workouts.
Go back to that last picture. Thank you, Ryan. Go back to that last picture. Go back one more. What the fuck is that thing? Yeah, that.
So a lot of these women...
I need that. Whatever that is, I need that.
A lot of the women competing here are
that's
young.
Sweet.
Oh my
God. She's kind of in the sweet spot. She's 26 or 27. I think she's coming into the best part of her career right now.
You know who she's giving me vibes of? Who's the girl from back in the day? She would show up to the games with dreads. She was littler. She had a pretty cool drug rehab story. She was from the Pacific Northwest.
Right. Oh, Carlene Matthews.
Yeah, I'm getting a Carlene Matthews vibe from her. God, Carlene Matthews was cool to look at.
She was cool. She was tiny too, and she was very underrated.
Yeah, she was dope.
Surprisingly strong.
What was her Instagram name? Row. Isn't it Row something?
Her Instagram.
Hey, that chick looks. Souza, if Brian, is that chick gonna be good?
Row the tank.
The comment here by Bailey says, "Row the girl who almost got crushed by the clean and jerk complex." I thought it was Row the tank, but I didn't want to be the one to get it wrong. I was like, Row the girl who almost got crushed.
I want to meet her.
Like she'd get crushed. She looks jacked as fuck.
Yeah, I want to meet her. Susan, maybe put her on the radar for a podcast when we roll around to the Open.
How do you get that? That's going to be your first question. How do you get that?
That will not be the last time you see that picture on this podcast.
Right.
No.
I would need to get down to 135 to even see that.
You might have to put on some mass.
You need to watch that video. Which one? Which video?
You can't just say that. What video?
Yeah, Carlene is awesome. Carlene is awesome.
Oh, the video for almost getting crushed by the complex.
We don't need to watch it. It's okay.
Okay. Next up.
I have to. This is like one of my guilty pleasures. Oh shit, the Mac.
Okay, fine. Bailey DeMena. For real, Souza, you should find that video. Souza, can you pull up the list first before you go on the hunt? Someone maybe. Oh, she's the one that fell forward, or like that thing.
You'll know it when you see it. Yeah.
There were just memes everywhere.
I remember that.
Yeah.
If that was her.
How come I get? Oh yes, I do remember. That was fantastic. I think I posted that on my old Instagram account that got fucking shut down.
No word on that, huh? That's gone forever.
Yeah, but I did tell Susan I'm going to try to do a live call-in show where I don't mention abortion, the vaccine, COVID, or transgender, or any of my normal issues. I'm going to try to do a whole show. Like I'm going to try to fucking make it sharp right. Christine Kohlenbrander coming on the show tomorrow. I love everything I've seen and heard from her in the abundance of research I've done today. Seems cool as shit.
So, yeah, another person that could win this competition. I mean, there's basically one of the tests is a 1 rep max snatch for her at least. And with the Z scoring model, it'll be pretty exciting to see how far someone like her wants to push that, because she can only earn a maximum number of points. But if she extends that into the 215 or 220 range, then she's pushing down everyone else's points potential on that workout. So she could definitely get a big advantage from her incredible snatching capacity if she's able to hit a big lift in that workout.
That'll be very cool.
Brian will correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the second major event that's ever used Tyler Watkins' Z-score. And the way this Z-score works in a nutshell is that it's not just first, second, third, or fourth place, but the space you have, you're rewarded for the space you have between the person below you, and you're penalized, I guess you could say, from the space that the person above you has put between you. So if you take first place, it's not just taking first place that gets you the points. It's how much distance you put between first and second, and it goes all the way down that way.
Sure. And let's say that there's one other athlete that snatches pretty close to her. So that other athlete may score 92 points or something like that. But if there's another, like a 15-pound gap drop after that, the next grouping of athletes may only be scoring 65 to 70 points. So if she's able to extend that snatch up, she could get potentially a big margin there. Now, other athletes will have the similar opportunity on other workouts, but that's one that probably stands out for her as an advantage in a 4-competition event.
Jeremy Eat World, I couldn't tag you on Instagram yesterday. Sevan, looks like your current account is on thin ice. Yes, it is on thin ice, and that is why the team, I don't even have access to the Sevan Podcast Instagram. I don't even have access to it. It's a fucking coup. Okay. But a smart one. It's a coup. Yeah, but it's smart.
Isn't that when they're coming after one person? Maybe you could be a group of people.
They're just smart. The people running that account are just smart. They just keep me away. Okay. Samantha.
That's why that show will be interesting when you're trying to avoid talking on certain topics.
Yes. It's going to be very interesting. I think it'll be good, though. I think I'm up for the challenge. My shtick has gotten old. I called Souza this morning. I was like, I told Matt, he goes, why? I go, my shtick's just getting tired. Revamp my shtick.
I'm excited for that.
Samantha. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is Roe.
Oh, you fucking beat me to it? Son of a bitch. I was like 2 seconds away from it.
Yep.
He's just all proud over there.
Of course. It's on the left. So screen on the left for those of you guys that haven't seen this before.
Dude, you got to get this girl's autograph. Action. Oh, it's a slow-mo of it. Oh, she's in both screens. This is great.
Oh, I remember.
Amazing. Hey, that was on there were some big people that reposted that.
Dude, good thing she's good. That's heavy. That's 240, man. 240, man.
She had already lifted 230.
Huh.
Dude, that was probably a half-inch away from fucking giving her some sort of fucking permanent femur ding.
It looked like, she landed under the bar. Like, it's a good thing it landed not on her butt or, I don't know, on her neck.
Jay Hartle, your stick is getting tired and old. That's so funny. That's exactly what I said to your mom last night. Okay.
Speaking of shticks, he's back.
Immediately makes it personal.
Please. How about Jay? How about, that's really cool of you, Sevan. How about some words of encouragement? Douchebag. Samantha Petrick.
Yeah, actually, she first came on my radar during sanctionals. I was in Ireland for the Filthy 150. She was competing there. She did middle of the pack performance. I thought she had some potential. I think that she maybe had some stuff in her personal life take off that took a little bit away from her training. She actually works, or was at least, and maybe I think she believes she still is working with HWPO in some capacity. But she's still pretty fit. And she was at the semifinals this past year at the MAC. She placed 21st there. She had an 11th on the legless rope climb and 13th on a workout with some echo bike, toes to bar, and dumbbell snatches and burpees over the box. So, one of the lesser known athletes in the field. Cool that she's showing up to this. I'm not really sure what her, goals are in the sport. I don't think they're necessarily as serious as some of the others, but she still works hard and trains well. And I'm excited that she's coming to this competition because I didn't know if we'd ever get to see her in this kind of a spotlight or environment again.
What year did you see her? Cool. What year did you see her at Filthy 150?
2019.
And what happened in her personal life? She had a baby. She got married.
I think she did. I think maybe both of those. Okay. I'm not 100% on that though.
Happy birthday.
So.
You're an amazing mom, and we're lucky to have you in our lives. Okay. All right.
It's a cool
I see.
picture.
Yeah.
I like
it's
the
great
hat.
picture.
Do you know that? You know what
Don't
else
like the
happened at
shirt.
Filthy 150 that year, Sevan?
No, what? Justin won.
It was the first time that I ever did a broadcast commentary.
Oh.
They gave me an opportunity to do it for a couple events with Mads Jacobson.
And you're also going to do it this year in Dubai.
This weekend, Zelos.
Zelos, yeah. If that's what you want to call it. Hey, another reason to tune in to the Zelos games is because you're going to see Brian have a meltdown at least once. John Young with Z-Score, does this make Tola and Brander unbeatable because they snatched 20 pounds more than second?
Well, shit, they deserve it then. That's
We'll
the whole
see.
point, no?
We'll see. I actually have done 3 of these 4 workouts, and I do think that there are some, at least one other workout where you can see someone or a couple athletes put a pretty good margin of time between themselves and the rest of the field.
Fair.
We like the Z-Score.
Hell yeah.
It elicits a different approach from the athletes, and I like. Tyler and I have had so many conversations about Z-Score and run so many models and talked about so many different, like the things that could potentially be problematic with it. I do think that there are certain environments where it's like exponentially better than the scoring system we've been using, but there are workouts or styles of competitions that can make it somewhat problematic. And he's always trying to pursue like the next version of that. But it's one of those things where you have to give it a try in a competition that matters to see how it works in reality. I've said before that retroactively applying a scoring system like that is fun, but it's not practical because we know
Correct.
that athletes like Yona Koski in a swimming workout or, like Tola in a snatching workout, stuff like that could push the envelope beyond what they did to earn the 100 points because there would be more to play for in terms of negating the potential points for the rest of the field.
Tyler Watkins will be coming on the show, by the way, to talk about Z-Score throughout the weekend and be contributing to the broadcast team. Brian, do we know what Rogue would have looked like using the Z-Score?
He did run the Z-Score for that. I'm surprised that I don't know if he ever posted it publicly, but if I'm remembering correctly, I think that each of the top 4 spots for the men would have been different in some way.
I think so. I think I remember that. Didn't Chandler win?
I can't remember if it was Chandler or Adler. And then I swear it was like Chandler, Adler, Pat, Justin or something. Like it was like a really big mix up. But
Yep.
What's interesting is because you that final log that Danny Spiegel lifted.
I think that made her win the women's side, actually.
Oh.
I'm kidding. She would have kept going, though. That's a big difference.
That's what John Young thought, too.
She would have kept going, That's the big difference.
Well, maybe. But like there's always at some point in that, it's like, how many lifts extra do I want to do here? Or how hard was
as
that last
many
one?
as it takes if it's your freaking strong suit, no?
Not
like if she would have hit a 250
you.
log, what if she can win the competition because of it?
No, I mean, you're right. It's more likely that they'll try to go far.
John Young, this is exactly what I was thinking. John Young will also be contributing this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The show's just, it's worth having him come on just to watch us interact with John, by the way, if nothing else. If comp is well balanced, Z-Score is legit. If comp is skewed one way, strength, gymnastics, endurance, Z-Score runs into problems. I think that's well said.
So more events is probably going to yield a better result, but that's true in any scoring system. We saw, like we saw with the last chance qualifier that one year, that the deadlift just totally threw everything in the air. Or for other athletes, the unilateral, like the single modality burpee test was like an outlier relative to everything else. So for event competition, you do have to be pretty precise in the programming if you want to try to have a well-balanced test.
Okay. Final.
Frazier doing friendly friend puts him way ahead of everybody else because he didn't know in that situation. In this case, he would know, so he would go as fast as possible. At the end, it's kind of the same, but it was still impressive and fun to watch. That's why I like it so much.
So a competition like that, the online qualifier stage 1 for the 2020 CrossFit Games or the Rogue Invitational in 2020 would be a good example of where retroactively applying Z-Score would actually have an accurate representation.
Has he done that?
I don't know, but those are the
That'd
two
be cool.
competitions he should do it for, especially because it was so close. I think 4 women were within 5 points for the last spot in the top 5. And I think that Chandler Smith and someone else, maybe there was also like 4 guys within 13 points. So it certainly would have affected things. But in particular, I think about the snatching workout from Rogue that year, where Sam Briggs just kept, it was like start at 15 snatches and just every minute add one on. And she went like a round and a half past everyone else, like 40 more snatches or something insane. That would have been cool.
That was that death by at 95.65, right?
Yeah. And she just kept going. But she didn't know, like you said, she didn't know because they were doing it blind. They were doing it at the same time all over the world. And she probably would have, gotten the 100 points. And instead of the second place getting 96 with 40 less reps, they probably would have got something in the 70s.
So when you say that the Z-score elicits something different from the athletes, you're saying it pushes them harder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter where you are. If you're ahead, you want to be further and further ahead. But even if you're struggling, the closer you can get to the middle or the median score, the better it's going to be, because there can be a big grouping, and there often is, of scores between 40 and 70.
John Young, I'm the 3-eyed analyst, Michael. I see past, present, and future. I can't argue with that. I think
Justin, this is Mimbo. Sevan just gave you as simple an explanation as you can get, I believe, right? When we started talking about it, basically, the better you do, the more points you accumulate over the next closest person.
I don't know what the mathematical. I don't know what the mathematical equation that is for that. The only show that we've never aired that we filmed for this podcast was when Tyler Watkins came on and tried to explain Z-score to me, and I was like, "Wait, hold on." I got it. And after he got off, Susie's like, "Are we airing that?" I'm like, "Fuck no."
The only one.
And I love Tyler.
We should pull up, we should splice and dice it and bring him on a show and just let him listen to it live.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a friend who's suicidal and you want to push him over the edge, send me
I'll send him a link.
I'll send you a link.
A link in the Z-score.
Oh my goodness.
There's a movie reference about this, and it's incredibly related to the Z-score, and it's like no one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
It gets the people going.
See, Susan knew.
Tyler Watkins said to me the other day, it was pretty classic. What did he say? He said, Sevan, do you know what a douchebag is? And I think we were talking on the phone or texting the other day. And I said, I think. And he goes, a douchebag is an asshole without integrity. I'm like, oh, he goes, you're an asshole. I was like, all right. It's like one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. I'll take it.
It's glory, Kate. She got it. People going.
Some sort of movie reference, commercial.
Of course. It's a movie reference. Susie got it. I'm sure Brian got it.
Can I see the list, Mr. Souza? Aaliyah Miller.
Firefighter?
Yeah, she's there are actually 5 athletes in this, so it's an interesting field. I said there are a bunch of young athletes. There's also 5 of them that are 30 or older. Ellie is one of those 5. She competed also at semifinals this year, syndicate ground, 22nd place, 220-pound lift. She actually did well on a couple other workouts, bike, tank, dumbbell workout, and then a ring muscle up, deficit handstand, push-up, sandbag, and squat snatch workout. I think she's, of the lesser known athletes in this field, has a skill set that could find her doing, better than you might think, meaning closer to middle of the pack than bottom 3.
A second fittest woman in the military? Is that what it said?
Is that the Chandler Smith being number 1 or what?
Second fittest military service member. That's dope.
Who's number 1?
I think they usually distinguish between men and women for that.
Sure.
Okay. But then who's number 1? Either way.
Don't have that one in my brain.
Damn it. I really thought you might. That'd be awesome.
Can we pull up the list one more time, Souza? Brian, who are your top 3 picks? You don't have to give them in any specific order. I'll cut you some slack.
I think if Sigurd, her daughter, is healthy, the top 3 here are are either going to be, or in some order will be, Andrea Nistler, Christine Kohlenbrenner, and Sola Sigurd, her daughter.
Shaylin, nice, Patrick.
Sola, Andrea Nisler, and Christine.
But
And is that because
I
you
would
know
say,
the
like,
workout? Is that because you know? I mean, everyone knows the workouts, but is that because of the workouts?
Yeah, just because of the workouts, and also, and I do think they're fairly well balanced test. And that you'll need to be strong to do well here, but also you have to be really fit.
And who's a dark horse?
I think I would say like Rose Scott or Elia Miller are the ones that I think I know that, I had people probably know the least amount that I know the least about that have the best chance to do well. I think I think Rowe could push for like maybe 4th or 5th. And I think Elia Miller could even finish as high as 6th or 7th, which would be, I think, good relative to what people are expecting.
John Young, Colin Brander, Nisler, Gazan.
Yeah, I think if Sigurd daughter's not more like she was at the games and semifinals, Gazan is a great pick for the 3rd spot there.
Jay Hartle, I want any doter to do well. All right.
Shaylin is the fittest. Patrick Clark let that one out. Shaylin Marie.
Who's that? I don't remember even us going over that name.
No, she's not in this field.
She's not in this field, but she's the second fittest is Aaliyah.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. Always fantastic contribution to the show. Thank you. Okay. The boys. At the top of our list, we have James Sprague, who finished 29th in the Open. Great spreadsheet, by the way. Thank you. What's that last one mean? Semifinals rank. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Sprague.
Yeah, I mean, look, James had a bit of a heartbreak at semifinals. He was in a qualifying position, like 3rd place, and he fell to 6th on that last workout, so we didn't get to see him at the games this year. He's been working extremely hard. He's been pouring everything into trying to get stronger, which is what he needs to do. And if you look at his semifinal performances, he had a 1st, a 2nd, and a 6th, but he also had a 24th, 2 24th place finishes, and those came on the lifting complex, which he only managed 295 pounds, and on King Kong 2.0 with a heavy sandbag and a heavy squat snatch at the end of a technical workout, some ring muscle ups and deficit handstand push-ups. So that high skill, high weight is something that he's got to improve on a little bit. I'm guessing that he has. He just announced his team for Wodapalooza, so that should be a fun team.
Wow.
But James is the type of guy, like, people, I don't know necessarily what everyone's bringing in terms of intensity or intent to try to win or excel at this competition. I think James is probably showing up trying to win this.
That would be great. I would say I would nominate him as maybe the most charismatic person there, besides Andrew Hiller.
How about Galugos? Is he not?
He is, but Sprague's on another level. He's fucking Mickey Mouse, Ronald McDonald, and fucking the $6 million man wrapped into one. I mean, the guy is fucking.
Brian brought up something really quick,
cool as shit.
And I hate King Kong 2.0, and I just got like flashbacks to how much I disliked that workout.
Ladies and gentlemen, 45 seconds with Andrew
there.
Hiller and why he hates King Kong. Action.
No. I like King Kong. King Kong 2.0 was absolutely nothing like King Kong. I don't even know why they called it that. Like, I saw
they make a video specifically on that.
It was mostly about that. It was about all of the workouts of that event. Like, what the hell are they thinking? And then, but on the topic of James Sprague, I think the most impressive thing I've ever heard about him is his 2K road time. It was like in the teens, the 6 and teens, like 6:12 or 6:13 maybe. Like,
this guy, like,
Christ.
He knows how to hurt, and he will go there and stay there. I mean, he's got an incredible tenacity on workouts.
He's not that strong.
He's getting stronger, and it's you have to keep in mind how young he is. Similar to what we talked about with Brittany Weiss, he doesn't have the body build for someone that's going to be super strong naturally. He's going to have to earn it over time, and I think he's going.
There's 2 machines this weekend, which helps people like them.
Yeah, right. I mean, the workouts will be. He'll have a good chance on a couple of the workouts to do really well. It's just going to be how much of a hit he takes on this snatch.
But he wants to make some money because he hasn't gotten paid yet.
Are you stronger than James Sprague, Andrew? Are you stronger than James Sprague?
I think I'm. Yeah, I would probably bet that I'm stronger than him on most lifts. Yes, but he'd kick my ass on most things in endurance. So
yeah, that's fair. Who cares? I just wanted to hear you say. I just wanted to hear you say you're stronger than him.
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know what he could beat me on lift wise.
You like that question, Souza? That was good, right? I was kind of
Yeah.
proud of that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. James Sprague, I think that brings a lot of star power and fun to the competition for sure. And next up, we have Tudor
John,
Magda.
what's the rest of that workout?
Tudor Magda. For me, he's like the Sola Sigurdur daughter on the men's side here. He made the games. He looked really impressive at semifinals for the most part, and it looked like a shell of himself at the games. Like, I don't know what was going on there, but if he's, I don't know I don't know what this training was like leading into it or what happened.
Oh.
That's cool. But he needs, I think he's been in a good training environment again. I'm hoping he's motivated. I'm hoping he's training well, because if he is, the
filter.
He could do very, very well in this competition.
There's a computer screen on the ground staring up at him. That's why his face was so red.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, the report was he was having some serious issues at the games, right? I mean, there was actual heard yelling back and forth between him and his coach there, James Townsend.
Yeah, something was clearly off. So this guy obviously has a ton of potential. He's had a lot of success at the games as a teenager. I was looking forward to seeing him compete well in several workouts at the games that really should suit him, and he just didn't seem to have it. So I'm hopeful that that's a learning experience. He's in a different training environment now, and hopefully we get to see the, fierce and tenacious competitive Tudor Magda that I'm expecting to see going forward in his career. Hopefully.
You were about to say come to expect, but then you're like, fuck, we've only seen it once. Hope to expect.
No, we have seen it before in the teenage divisions where he's been very competitive, and even as a 16-year-old with a really good 17-year-old class ahead of him with guys like James and Dallin Pepper, he was competing with them. And in the 16 to 17-year-old men's division, that extra year does make a big difference.
He's a great snatcher, right?
Yeah.
Where did he go after?
I think he left
Townsend, right? Or did he not? Florida. Is he still with him?
No.
Do we know where he's at?
I think he's down in Naples, but it's hard.
Didn't that just get whaled on by a hurricane? Who would go there?
I don't know if he went. To be honest with you, I don't know if he went down there. I heard
Seattle with James again.
It worked out.
No.
I'd go hang out with James.
Sorry, with James Sprague or James Townsend?
Sprague.
Yeah, I don't know where he's working out, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that he's doing brute. Someone will tell us. Patrick Clark will tell us. He's in Seattle. Yep, what I tell you. There you go. He's in Seattle, but he's doing brute.
Well, John Young said Iowa.
That's James Townsend is in Iowa. I ran into Tudor, Jeremy World. I ran into Tudor at the games on the last day. Dude looked like someone stole his lunch money. We got to get him on the show. What happened with that, Souza? Why didn't we get him on?
We were trying to get him on during the games, and it just wasn't going well, and so we weren't chatting. Then
we had to jump through agents and shit, right? He's one of those people you can't contact directly or something.
Why? Is
right?
Yeah. Not an age.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when I can't do too much of that. BKG. I can't do too much of that. Bjorgvin Carl Goodmanson.
Have you ever had your lunch money stolen? Either of you?
No. But fucking when is Bjorgvin going to come on the show? I can't keep asking you. I love you. Just come on the fucking show and let's chop shit up. Have you had your lunch money stolen?
I was just trying to imagine what that would look like. I've never seen it. Just in movies. Of course.
In the second grade, I was taking a piss in the bathroom, and I'd been in the hospital for 3 weeks. I crashed my bike and almost died. I had to have surgery on my head. They had to open up my head and release the pressure off my brain. It's called a subdermal hematoma or something.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I was in the bathroom taking a piss, and I had this hat on to cover up all the scars and fucked up head thing I had. It probably wasn't even my idea. It was probably some dumb shit some adult projected onto me. Here, put a hat on so no one laughs at you. It's like, fuck off. But anyway, I bought it and I was wearing it. And this older kid came in and pulled my hat off.
And that's what you think Tudor looked like at the games?
No. But I just made
pissing in a urinal with a half open head.
And my friend Jeff Holman came in there and saw me all distraught and beat the kid up. It was really cool.
A teacher?
No, just another second grader who I ended up I would do anything for to this day for that, what he did for me in the second grade. Beating that kid up. Smack that kid around. Okay. I digress. Let's stay focused. That was Hiller's fault. I don't want to hear
any.
anyone say that I have ADDH. That was
They're
Hiller's
just gonna
fault.
blame it on the head injury from second grade. Is all now.
Jack Rosema.
We skipped Pete Mason, but perfect.
Pete,
we can talk
Pete,
about
no, Pete Mason. Sorry, Pete Mason.
No, it's all right.
Pete
Let's
Mason.
talk about Jack.
No, Pete Mason. Everyone gets it. Everyone's gonna get it in a minute. Pete Mason.
Pete Mason and Jack Rosema both competed at the Atlas games, and this is the one I couldn't find the workouts. It was so frustrating. Anyway,
hey, going to the Atlas games, I feel like is like a ding. It's like going on a shitty podcast. It's a ding on your brand. I just hear Atlas games. I guess I shouldn't say that for the men, but I just
That's
hear
why
that
Mal
now.
O'Brien fucking switched to the Granite games. You know,
Yeah, I just think it's bad for your brand.
freaking HWPO is like, we can't have her going there. It's bad for the brand.
Okay, sorry. So Jack and Pete were at the Atlas games. Sorry, Brian, go on.
yeah, they finished one spot away from each other. Between the two of them, there was only 2 top 10 finishes. Jack placed third in the lift. He's pretty strong. He managed 332.5 pounds for the complex, half pounds because they were using kilos up there. And then Pete ended up having a 9th place on event 5, which I don't know what that was. But Jack Rosema also competed in the Rogue Online qualifier. He ended up finishing 9th. There were a lot of adjustments to a lot of people's scores over that time. We had a couple really good workouts. He did well on one that had thrusters and box step overs or box step ups and bar muscle ups, which is very similar to the first workout at the Zelos game. So if you're looking for a workout that Jack could possibly do well on, that first workout there could be one of them.
Anything for Mr. Mason?
From me?
No, for Brian.
No, though I was literally spending 10 minutes trying to find these workouts from the Atlas games, and I couldn't find them. So he did well. He had a 9th, 10th, and 11th on workouts 1, 2, and 5 at the Atlas games.
No, I
It's
like the
mind
Atlas
blowing
games workouts.
how good you are, Brian. You do not get enough credit. You are so fucking good. Tell him, Hiller.
For finding the workouts at the Atlas games that were unfindable.
No, just all of this. Just all of this.
Well,
just
yes,
me just
yes.
hammering him to show.
No, he's giving it the business. He's doing a good job. Every single athlete, you've got at least 4 talking points, which is very impressive. I have one, and it's Brittany Weiss was at a Noble photo shoot last weekend.
Hiller's contribution. Hand job time. We should have music for that. Souza. Whenever I just start jerking someone off, Souza, it should be like you just hear like. Brian,
There's a TikTok sound for that.
I love you. Okay. Leo Franco.
Hold on. Next time that we do that, can we have someone like Trina call in and sing me that song instead of you?
Yeah. Hey, was that a train I heard?
No, that was the start of another sound. There's like some stock sounds that come with this. Let's explain them.
Nice. Leo Franco.
Leonel Franco, he's one of the athletes that he placed 10th at the Granite Games, and I was so impressed with him. That Granite Games men field ended up being pretty difficult. He did well on really well on 3 different workouts there. First of all, he surprised me with his strength. I think he ended up lifting 315 or 320 for the complex, but he doesn't look like he should be able to do that. It kind of reminded me of Bill Leahy, who we've seen, who talked about previously, who just like I expect them to be good on some things, but then when they were also that strong, I was like, okay, that's something to take note of.
William Leahy 4?
Bill Leahy, the 4th,
William Leahy 4.
Yeah, him. But anyway, he was 6th place in that field on the Lagos rope climb. He was 9th on the handstand reverse Fran, which obviously involves thrusters, handstand walking. And then he was also good on the Minnesota mashup, which was a long workout that had a big set of ring muscle ups in the middle. So his gymnastic skills are pretty good. I think his weightlifting's coming along. He's pretty good on the long stuff. So the final workout, I think, is one that he'll do pretty well on. We'll see about the snatch. Like that's going to be, I think, the make or break for him. If he can stay close to the group, clearing the snatch ladder, maybe getting one lift there, then I think he's actually setting himself up for possibly a pretty good performance this weekend.
Foreigner?
Nope.
No.
No shit.
There's only one foreigner in the men's side, and we haven't gotten to him yet.
What fucking country does that come from? What is he? What state does that come from?
That's Georgia.
That's got to be Miami or like LA or something.
It says he goes to Straight Flush CrossFit, but I'm not sure where that is.
Oh, is that Phil Toon? Does he train with Nevada? Okay. I'll give him Vegas.
Straight Flush CrossFit. I guess we should have assumed that. Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
I bet you that guy's danced with his clothes off. I'm willing to bet.
You think he can dance with his clothes off?
I think he has. I get
think
that vibe
anyone
from him.
can. And you have
Vegas, San Francisco. Yeah, that guy. Leo, someone at Leo. When I let's make sure we bring that up for sure.
He's the male version of Daniel Brandon. You know,
he is.
Just like I just get a vibe from him. Just screaming like I don't know. There's a bigger shirt on. His hair is kind of colored.
Yeah,
he's a cool dude. Maybe it was the editing on that video. Maybe they have the same photographer.
Kenneth
there's
DeLapp
my second contribution to the show.
No, Kenneth, he needed more holes in his face to be from San Francisco. Okay.
Is that
Logan.
a meth reference or what? Jesus.
Logan Earwig. Logan
Ewing.
Logan Ewing.
Don't do that again. You could read his name. Logan Ewing.
He was trying, homie.
No. Earwig? What did he say?
Well, he's also old. He can't see.
So Logan Ewing and Mike McDonald, we can talk about these guys together a little bit. Both of them did another offseason competition this year, the Crash Crucible that used Z-scoring. Mike finished 6th there. Logan finished 8th. I think both of them were relatively late additions to this field as some other athletes withdrew. So it's awesome that they're able to come. Logan was 23rd at the Granite Games. Mike McDonald was 24th at his semifinal, which I think was.
How old is Mike McDonald?
Mike McDonald, I think, is in his 30s.
He's old enough to be this dude's dad.
Logan's young. Logan is 21, I think, and Mike is 31, which is close to the oldest person in the field. Was the oldest person in the field until Mitch McClune joined.
Mike McDonald has 5 kids. I always remember that about him. 5 kids.
But this guy, Logan Ewing, is young and fiery. I think that in the article I wrote for Bar Ben today, I picked him as a dark horse for the clean burpee thruster burpee workout, just as a guy who's willing to send it and let loose and go for it in a 3 to 4 minute workout sprint. So I think he, again, will make or break will be the snatch workout, and he'll probably do pretty well on everything else.
What gym was that he was just in?
It was Mayhem.
That was Mayhem. I think he does CrossFit Mayhem's programming.
Oh, that's nice. And you said that he competed against Mike McDonald at the Crash Crucible?
Yeah, which is where these pictures are from.
And that's Luke Parker. Who won between him and Mike McDonald there?
Mike. He got him by 2 spots, which was 23 points in the Z-score model.
Wow. Good job, Mike. Mike have a chance to win this?
To win this?
Yeah.
No.
Podium?
No.
But he's got 5 kids, Brian.
Oh, let me add that to the spreadsheet.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on past.
This was the movie Warrior. He would win because he's got to support his family, and it's more powerful than anything.
Mr. Hiller with the movie reference. Ethan Helbig.
Matter.
Ethan Helbig.
Yeah. Ethan is one of the few individual games athletes in this field. He qualified for the games. I think he was the last guy in, and I think it was at Travis Mayer's expense in 2018 regionals and down in West Palm Beach, Florida.
The 1 year Travis didn't make it.
The 1 year he didn't make it, yeah. And it was really Linda that kept Travis out in that workout. But Ethan did great. Like, he needed to have a great performance on the last workout that year, and he did. We haven't really seen too much of him since then. He did try his hand at the Rogue Online Qualifier. Finished 1 spot behind Jack Rosema there. He didn't do semifinals this year. I would say of all the men in the field, he's probably the biggest wild card. At least we have the data point from the Rogue Online Qualifier, but I can't remember the last time I saw him in a live competition.
If you scroll back like 7 years, you'll find a video of him doing 100 calories on the assault bike in a minute. Think about that real quick, Sevan.
And that's the thing about him.
I can't even.
He's a very powerful athlete. So when you think about a workout that has biking, box step overs, ring muscle ups, and interval style, he could be good. That workout that I talked about for Logan Ewing, where it's just barbell cycling and burpees, 3 to 4 minutes, he could be good. How's his snatch going to hold up? That's a big question for a lot of the guys. I think he'll probably struggle the most on the last workout, the long workout.
Hiller, you're saying you saw this guy do 100 calories in a minute?
I saw a video of it, and I confirmed it with him in person at the games this year. I saw him. I'm like, that real? And he goes, yeah.
Who else has
wild.
done that? Have you ever seen that anywhere else?
No. 100 in a minute.
Brian?
I think that thing had to be freaking broken. It was in a competition. You could tell there's a competition going on. I talked to him about it. He said he'd done it. It's a pretty wild video.
Souza, have you ever seen anything like that?
No, that's a lot in a minute.
Oh, will you Google that, Souza, and see like most calories in a minute on an assault bike and just see what it says?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this stuff. I've been talking about this with people. I swear to God, for the 7 years it's been around for, probably the year he qualified for the games, it was on his Instagram.
God,
probably more like 5 years.
God, that's insane. Hey, I noticed he likes to wear his shorts a little bit tighter than you, Hiller. You guys are gonna get along great.
He's cool. He is cool. He's a big dude.
Zelos games. Ethan is going to send it on workout 1 during the Echo Bike piece.
Just during the Echo Bike, then he's going to trip over the box. Is that what he means?
I feel that's a great way to suicide yourself. I mean, I can't even fathom that.
I'm looking.
Bruce Wayne, he's got a big ass head. Astute observation.
And he's got a big ass.
Yeah, his ass was huge. Man, sub 30 seconds each time. Oh, is it rounds? Is that why he's saying that?
Yeah, each I think it starts with 26 calories, 24 calories, something like. I think it's 26. So he's saying he's going to do 26 calories.
I think George Patrick is spelled a Jorge and it's pronounced Jorge. How dare you? It's not. Wait, it's not.
You remember George Sanchez? We talked to him a bit at the regionals 2018, the West Regional.
Oh,
he's the assault bike man too, Mr. Hammer.
The assault banger.
Yeah, Mr. Hammer. Fraser loves that man.
John Young wants to know, do you know what his top RPMs are? No, he doesn't.
I do not. But I'm trying to find the video so you can get a guess. It's wicked.
Okay.
I got it.
Will you send it over to Souza? Good job. Souza, can you go back to the list? Holy shit, it's going to be a long night tonight.
All right. It's up.
We're almost done. We're almost done. I've been doubling up on him.
You're a good dude. One of my so Tola Moraquinho.
Definitely one of the more well-known men in this field. Obviously competed with Iceland, with Team Reykjavik this year. Annie's team took 4th place at the games. 4th place, 5th place? I think it was 4th or 5th. Anyway.
They didn't win like they were supposed to.
They didn't win like they were supposed to.
God,
they get pumped that all year.
Hiller, that TRT is making you hostile.
Yeah, whatever.
But, incredibly strong. Definitely the favorite to win the snatching event. Pretty good on high skill gymnastic stuff. So he shouldn't be fine with stuff like handstand walking, ring muscle ups. I think he's likely to do very well against this field.
Podium?
I would probably pick him for the podium.
I thought we were pulling up the assault bike.
We're getting there.
All right, we're talking about Tola. He's cool.
Have you met him, Hiller?
It's gonna be competitive.
No, he's cool. Everything he does is cool. I have not met him.
Have you met him, Brian?
Shared a taxi with him in Dubai one time from the airport to the hotel.
Is he as nice as he seems? Everything I see about him, he looks like the nicest guy who walked the planet.
We had a nice taxi ride. It was 5 minutes.
All right. 5 minutes.
Was he eating? I bet he was eating.
You refused to give an evaluation after 5 minutes. Oh, good question, Hiller. Was he eating?
Yeah, I bet he was eating.
He was hammering protein bars.
He was?
No.
Oh. I mean, it's a good question because do you think someone like that is just constantly fueling himself?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Is that guy next to Tola right there with the mustache and glasses the guy I'm seeing all over Instagram now? He's always coming up in the search. He does all that weird shit.
Craig Kenny?
Is that who that is?
That's Craig Kenny. I don't.
Are you
think
thinking of the guy that has like the butt implant things, like the big fake butt?
Jesus Christ.
And he like
He's
runs
just doing
everywhere?
all this weird shit with CrossFitters, like funny stuff. I think he's in the UK or something.
Oh, okay. I'm way off base.
Oh, I know that guy. He's cool.
Yeah, he's funny. He's got some funny
What's his
shit.
name, though?
Okay. You were gonna say, Brian, when you got interrupted, it's gonna be a competitive men's class.
I think there's 4 or 5 guys that'll be battling for those top 2 spots, and Tola's one of them.
Patrick Clark. He's right. He did do a Noble photo shoot. He's all over their website. Here we go.
Oh,
it's
my
finally
goodness.
up.
54 seconds.
Look at how
Oh,
violent
no.
the arms are.
I can't wait to see what happens when this is over. I want to see what happens to him. Oh, look, he's taking his feet off the pedals. Did you see that?
Yeah, which is the freaking weirdest part.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
And then he gets right back into it.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at the size of his freaking back, man.
Oh, follow him. Follow him. What happens to him? Where is he? Is he just standing back there? No.
No, the event was 110 calories for time, and his buddy's doing the last 10.
Was it really?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just thought it was fun. I never noticed that the other guy got on there.
yeah, that's thick. That's cool. That could be real, right? He could have done it. That could be real.
It could be. I mean, it looks like it was at a competition. Could be real. He said it was real. I asked him if the blades on the bike were bent, and he said no.
Yeah, I believe it. It looked incredible. Matt DeLugos.
Definitely also a contender this weekend. Matt, like James Sprague, ended up being just possibly an organizational decision away from making the games this year, depending on how much having a full range of motion on that chest bar workout with a little bit taller bar height would have meant. He could have gotten in, especially since Phil Toon ended up failing his drug test. So, he's only 1 spot out of the games, despite finishing 7th at the Granite Games there. And yeah, I mean, I'm thinking very similarly to Sprague that he'll have gone back to the drawing board, said, man, I was so close. I know I'm right there. I know I can do this. And that's probably very motivating for him. So I think he'll probably be showing, he lives there. He's got the home court advantage a bit. I think he'll be in the fight for the win potentially after, come the end of the weekend. He'll probably, unless something strange happens, he'll probably take 2nd or 3rd on the snatch, which will be big for him, especially if Tolis ends up stretching that points gap out. If he can, stay as closer to Tola than anyone else, then that's still a good thing for him.
Hillard, he's roommates, he's housemates with the guy who's organizing the event, Jared. Do you feel like you're gonna have to be extra strict on the judging with him to make sure that it doesn't come across like there's any home cooking?
We're gonna get a taller skier for Matt DeLugos.
Don't avoid the question.
I'm not avoiding the question. I didn't know that they were roommates, but
now
from
you
what
know.
I've seen from Jared thus far, there's been nothing even close to that.
Home
He seems to be
cooking.
rather straight edge. Yeah,
Let's give DeLugos.
I've already threatened. I think I've threatened Jared once. So
let's give DeLugos a couple.
He
no
brought it
reps
up
just
on the
at
show.
beginning.
I'm like, Jared, you have money to pay everybody, right? I think he brought it up on the show.
It's a good point.
So what's another one? I'll be like, Jared, did you tell DeLugos anything?
Yeah.
I'll make a video on it, right?
Yes. Jeremy Garcia loved DeLugos and Gazan in the show. Great guest. Bonus points for Gazan crying always. I don't think we skipped Mike McDonald. Mike McDonald was lumped up with like Pete Mason.
Talked about him with Logan Ewing.
Yeah. Mike McDonald trains at J.R. Howell's gym, the Crash Crucible. He has 5 children. His wife is Jen McDonald.
I think he's taking
Brian thinks he has no fucking chance in hell of winning or getting on the podium.
Yeah, that's what I took away from Mike McDonald. Brian saying he has no chance.
I follow Mike McDonald on Instagram.
To be fair, I don't think anyone has a chance with Tola here.
No shit.
He can outsnatch everybody by like 40 pounds.
We'll see. We'll see about the final. I think that a lot can change going into the final workout.
He's a good handstand walker, isn't he? And there's a rower, wall balls.
You think Tola's already spent his money, Hiller? You think it's like that? Like he knows?
That's an interesting way to say that, but I wonder. It's very interesting that the athletes I've spoken to, I've tried to like get a peek into the way that they go into these competitions. Some assume they'll win. Some don't even want to think about it. It'd be hard to say what he thinks about what's going to happen.
This is Mike McDonald, by the way, right here.
He's learning how to climb a rope for the first time. He's got no chance.
This may be a tutorial for others. Maybe.
Oh. No.
Hey, let me see that one. Let me see that
Zelos
video of him
games.
pushing the sled where it looks like his head's gonna explode. Let me see that one. Scroll. No, go lower. No, lower. It's like that one. God, whoever runs his Instagram is a genius. They got the best shot as the cover.
Trina, I'll be there. Yep.
Let me see that head explode.
That's what she said.
How much cooler is that sled than the torque thing? Torque tank. Way cooler.
Depends on if you're asking Taylor or us. Because Taylor is a big fan.
And finally, as we get down to the bottom two, we're going to have to do a different show where we look at the workouts, right?
We'll have plenty of chance to talk about the workout.
Okay. Down at the bottom
You got
here, we have
somewhere to
2
be?
left. We have with almost 500,000 followers on Instagram, maybe more. Shit, I don't
More.
even know any more.
More.
Dennis Samsonoff, beautiful body, fantastic dancer. I've had some pleasant chats with him in the DMs. Haven't been able to get him on the show yet. Brian.
As you see here for the last chance qualifier is his semifinal. So he did not get. It was not really possible for him to travel to the Asian semifinal. He lives in LA, but he's the one athlete that's listed as being from Kyrgyzstan. So he was placed into the Asian semifinal in South Korea last year. Couldn't go. They did give him an exemption to direct pass into the last chance qualifier. There are only 4 workouts there. He didn't do very well. He took 24th overall, 12th place on a thrusters and bar muscle up workout though. That was that first workout. That was pretty cool workout, I thought, for that level of athlete. But that was by far his best performance. So fitness wise, not sure how he's going to stack up against this field.
Pumpkin
He seems to me of
winner.
one of these guys that has all the pieces. He has all the skills, the tricks. He can do all the stuff, but putting it all together and having like high level of competition performance isn't as good as some of the other guys. So
Can we click on that milk one? Like, it's dark. There's no one there.
Look at his
Does he own an affiliate? And did he ask the affiliate owner if it was cool for him to just like pour milk all over the floor? Does this happen? Or was that? And are there 3 people there like holding up the bar for him? Is he between a rack? What the fuck is going up? And then, yeah. Imagine being the affiliate owner, like seeing this. Oh, okay. I got you. I want to know that conversation.
Does this guy have an OnlyFans account?
I don't know. He's got a program.
Uh,
Teach how to dance like that. That's cool.
Where did you say this guy is? Is this guy from Kurdistan?
Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan? How do you spell that?
Is
for
that
me?
the same place Borat's from?
Where the fuck is Kyrgyzstan?
KYR. Is that what you want?
Oh,
No?
shit. There it is. In between Uzbekistan and fucking China. Let me see this guy's face. Pull up his Instagram again. I want to look at his face. Does this guy look Asian? Kyrgyzstan.
That's Paradiso.
Hiller, I'll give you
You have to
$1,000 if
keep
you
in
can tell me
mind
the
that Asian
capital
is
of
a
Kyrgyzstan.
massive continent.
I'll give you $1,000. You can tell me the capital of Kyrgyzstan.
I couldn't.
Just guess Kyrgyz.
Hey, I don't even think if that's it, you can't even read
I bet that Dennis doesn't even know what it is.
Bishkek.
Is it Bushkek?
Bishkek.
You knew that, huh?
I used to know a lot about geography, but it's been probably a decade since I invested any time in that.
I had a buddy who was a geography major in college.
Can you find any other pictures of his face? I want to see his face without glasses on anywhere. I want to see what a Kyrgyzstan person looks like. Oh, that one with the feet over his shoulders.
Got a hat on. Are those his? Those are hands. What the fuck is going on?
I want to see what would happen if him and Danny Spiegel meet. Would they explode?
Immediate dance off. It'd be like a freaking.
Would just explode into like fucking
Zoolander. It'd be like when Hans and freaking Derek meet up in Zoolander. Hansel.
It would explode into like 2,000
there you go.
TikTok videos. Oh, here we go. Okay. Wow.
Question is, what would his hair look like if he grew it out?
All that. I'm curious about all that. Okay. And finally, Brian, he's in. You don't think he's going to make podium either?
No.
That's all show. That no go. That body. It's all show. Like my body.
I feel like this guy's. It seems like he has so much potential in terms of like he should be like amazing at certain things and really good at almost everything else. But yeah, I think he probably will do well on one or two of the workouts and not so on the other two.
Which ones do you think he'll do well on? The snatch?
First and last. No.
Not the snatch. He's a good snatcher from what I've seen, I think.
He's actually the only person competing on the men's side that I don't have a listed snatch for.
It's at least 275. I think I've seen him hit 295.
And finally, Mitch McClune, who has been on several episodes.
That still will put him 7th or 8th, like, in that battle against this field.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Including him, then there's at least 8 guys with a 275 or more listed.
How about 295? I thought you meant 295.
Oh, 295? That might put him 4th.
And then we had Zelos game saying he snatches over 300.
Well, then he's going to be in the top 3 for that, and that will probably change his overall trajectory for the weekend. I still don't see him finish on a podium, though.
What do you think the second best snatch will be?
Zalugos has hit 315, but I don't think everyone's going to hit their max necessarily. I'm expecting that Tola has something.
They will.
You think they will? Tola, you think Tola's going to hit 340?
At least 330. So
okay, I was going to say 325, 330 for him.
Okay.
I think Zalugos hit over 300. I don't know about 315. And I guess Dennis, we'll see.
It just depends on like where they're at with their trading, I suppose.
Yeah.
What's your best snatch, Brian?
185.
Can you go hit that right now?
Probably not.
Warm up a little bit and hit it. So I don't really know if it's like their best.
How many times have you hit that, Brian? How many times have you hit that?
2.
Wow.
Oh, maybe 3. Separate
days?
I hit it during this workout, actually. When I was testing this workout.
Wow, good fucking job.
No shit.
I set the bars up so that I had a chance to make it through the ladder. 175 was the last bar. This is actually kind of interesting, because there's double under buy-in every time. I hit the 175 clean in one attempt, which was like exceeding my expectations for the day, really. And then I was like, I guess I'll take the 3-minute window and try. And I was missing. So I went and did 30 more double unders, came back and hit it. Because my body was like primed for like double unders, then snatch after doing all those rounds.
Wow. You think it was because you were the warmth or the mental clarity?
No, I don't know. I missed it. I usually don't like to attempt even in competitions 3 times and I'm out. So I missed it twice. They weren't that bad. They were like close. I felt like I could get it. So I was like, you know what? I got like 90 seconds left. I'm going to do some jump rope and then I'll come back and hit it.
So you even threw in some extra jump roping.
Yeah, that's why I think.
You hit your best snatch ever, right?
I still like the first one I hit at quarterfinals last year.
You're freaking proving my point, man. You can hit your best thing in this workout.
Yeah, maybe, but.
What female UFC fighter are we talking about here? Where am I?
185 is a little different than 315.
Relativity.
Speaking of UFC 70, oh God, I should do I'm so confused, Patrick, about what I'm doing with the UFC. Friday I should do. I don't know what I'm doing. Friday morning, Matt's giving me a bunch of guests to choose from, and I don't know what I'm doing.
I wonder who Mason Mitchell is saying is on steroids in here.
I keep ignoring your text, Matt.
I always like to know.
Finally, Mitch McClune. He is the occupational games winner. From the military in 2021. Did you know that, Brian?
Nope.
Fittest guy in the military. Okay, go on. Are you just being nice, or did you really not know that?
Maybe I've heard it.
Okay,
But
Mitch McClune. That's Carrie Pierce's husband?
I think they're dating.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Mitch McClune is the most recent or latest addition to the field. One athlete dropped out this week, and he was able to step back in. He lives in Vegas. He's done all the workouts, tested the workouts. He's a demo athlete for the workouts. So, if you want to talk about someone who has a leg up in terms of competition, he's, was the test subject to establish the time caps and stuff on the men's side. So definitely will have a good plan of attack, having, definitely done all these workouts before. He did compete at semifinals as well, as most of these guys did. I think everyone except for Ethan. He was 21st, the MAC, 8th place on the lift, fairly strong, but 26th on a legless rope climb. So a little bit, maybe upper body pulling, not the best. So we'll see.
Not sure why, but overhead work has always been my favorite. Excited to see how much we can build. 405 coming soon. Wow.
Strict
wow. Press. Oh, you are a savage. Is he going to overhead squat this? No. Okay. Oh, okay.
I just want to know what's up with the double clutch he did. Oh, it's probably a complex.
Hey, so that's 400 for 2?
Is that 400 for 2? My God.
No, it says coming soon.
Yeah, I think
it's like 405 coming soon.
I think it's 345.
Yeah.
No, maybe you're right. You're right. God, that is crazy.
I made a pretty funny video of this guy during the semifinals. I put a Snapchat filter on his face when he was crossing the finish line. He was like, It was good. That's what I know about Mitch McClune. And he was not at the Noble shoot this weekend.
Hey, hold on. I want to read this. Throwback Thursday, a Monday, standing in front of NASA's Orion capsule. We launched on a Delta IV rocket in 2015. The launch was a test flight for the capsule in preparation for getting it rated to carry the next U.S. astronauts to space. This week, the capsule is set to launch on NASA's SLS rocket in their Artemis mission, where it will go around the moon and another test for manned future flights. It's not going to go around the moon. There's no such thing as the moon. The moon's not even real.
Get the fuck out of here. You found his new stick. He's back.
You guys wake up or stay up to see the blood moon last night?
No, but my mom told me about that. Damn, I wanted to. That's cool. Another serviceman member, McClune. Thanks, brother, for everything you do. I'm excited to see you compete. Brian, who are the men who are going to be on the podium?
Is this the fucking post? That was that.
Again, similar to the women's side, I think there's one big wild card. In this case, it's Tudor Magda. But I think, Magda, Sprague, DeLugos, and Morakinyo. It's probably going to be 3 of those 4.
Tudor, Sprague, DeLugos, and Tola.
Yeah, and probably would leave Sprague out just based on the snatch.
No shit.
The thing is, I think he can actually win.
You're making me hate the Z score.
Well, no, we're going to see what happens. But his snatch is not like, we don't know where his snatch is at. But if he only snatches 265 or doesn't hit the 265 snatch, then he's probably taking a maximum of 20 points on that workout, maybe 25, depending on some tie break stuff and a couple other guys. But that's a big hit if you're trying to podium. Like, he could still do very well. And I also think that there's a potential for him to win 1 or 2 workouts. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play out against, like, I guess what I'm saying is I don't think that those other guys are going to take as big of a hit on the workouts that he'll do well in as he'll take on the workout that they're all going to excel in addition to being good on the other ones. Like, those other 3 guys, unless Dennis Samsonov, if factors into the equation, are likely the top 3 snatchers. And he's probably in the bottom 3. So that's a big gap for him to make up on only 3 other workouts.
Who wrote the programming?
I don't know. I think a couple of the guys over there at Underdogs, Kiefer, Dakota, Jared, all may have been involved.
Okay. Okay. We're Tuesday. The event starts Saturday. I guess we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to talk about programming. Obviously, we've put into the schedule to talk about the events before they happen. Maybe we should have Taylor on.
Taylor.
Self. And JR to look at the programming.
We just know so many Taylors.
I've heard they like that stuff.
They do.
There's a comment here by Clock Cutter that I think will go into your new shtick really well, Sevan.
Okay. The moon is really a hollow spaceship. Whatever.
And if you want some more, there's a movie called Moonfall that you have to watch. Came out recently. Halle Berry's in it. It's one of the best movies of all time. It's about that exact topic.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Mitch
epic.
McClune wrote. Is that serious?
No.
Oh.
I mean, there's a group of us that have had a lot of conversations about the programming over the last couple of months. I think that Kiefer may have been the original writer of it, and then we've tested some stuff out and made some little tweaks and adjustments based on those conversations.
Kiefer's one of the head trainers at Underdogs Athletics.
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard that name. Okay. I'm pumped. Thanks for doing this. That didn't feel like an hour and 50 minutes.
Damn, it was an hour 50.
Thankfully, everyone was really prepared for the show.
Yeah, I would. Fuck.
At
Brian
least one of
killed it.
us.
Brian, cue up the music. Seriously though, fucking mind-boggling. You are a one-man Brian.
Are we in a spaceship? Is it the
Is
moon?
Did Trina call in?
You are. So I want to let you guys also know that California Hormones, cahormones.com, everyone who signs up, I don't know what that means, who signs up, but everyone who signs up between now and December 23rd, you go over to the website, sign up. Oh yeah, I haven't told you this, Hiller.
The 23rd. What a weird day.
Sign up between now and December 23rd. And on Christmas
I know what
Eve,
you're
December 24th, we're going to draw, it'll be Christmas with Souza, Sevan, and Hiller. And we're going to draw a winner for a free L1.
Oh, I thought it was a 3 year of TRT.
Well, whatever. Whatever it is, whatever it is, it is going to be a cool prize. But if you are thinking about checking it out, go to the website, sign up, use the code Sevan, get 10%. Get a free doctor's consult.
You know what?
If you're in the
you
state
should
of
send me into
California,
a Walmart, and I'm gonna go pick somebody out of a Walmart and go, "Hey, sign up for this, and we'll give you a free CrossFit L1." They're like, "What is TRT and what is a level 1?" And there's a video series,
a whole series, yeah, especially if they follow through.
just some big old dude from a Walmart,
What do you mean by big?
like chunky,
Right, yeah, large.
and hopefully like a 40 or 50-year-old.
Christian Leon, an L1 and some test.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
John, thanks for your participation. Patrick Clark, thanks for your participation. All the others, Cody, Bruce, Mooney, you guys are all the shit. I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. with Christine Brander. And then tomorrow at 7 p.m., we have Aaron Cairo on, the founder of Braille, the greatest skateboarding videos in the history of the world. He's a pretty cool guy, beyond cool. He's made it his life passion to make skateboarding accessible to everyone. And man, he's had some crazy success on YouTube. Any final words, Mr. Friend?
Did you say?
Nope. See you in Vegas.
Hiller, any final words?
What did that guy invent? Braille?
That's the name of his no.
The writing for blind people? He invented it?
No.
Fucking up this show, Hiller. No. Souza, any final words?
No. Hiller took all the movie quotes. We're good.
Yeah, I was on a roll today with that.
Thank you.
The comment section was loving it. Come on. Everyone was playing along.
Thank you, Jared Graybeal. Did I pronounce that right? Graybeal and Zelos for letting us participate in this party. Bye-bye.